evening, vampires, werewolves, and all other nocturnal beings. Welcome to Tiddies by Night, a Vampire the Masquerade actual play run entirely by creatures of marginalized genders and presented by Tabletop Tiddies. My name is Kelly, my pronouns are they, them, and I will be your storyteller for tonight. But before we get into the episode, we want to acknowledge the colonial history of Canada and how Canada has and continues to take from Indigenous people. The effects of colonization are still felt to this day, and we acknowledge that this episode is being recorded on the stolen lands of the Anishinaabe, Chippewa, Haudenosaunee, Wendat, Sequetmik, Apache, Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Coast Salish, and Cheyenne First Nations. If you would like to know more about the effects of colonization and support some Indigenous charities and organizations, you can go to the resources page on our website at tabletoptitties.com/resources. With me, I am joined by my land-lubbing investigators of the occult and unusual.
Oh, we got an adjective this time around. Hi, everyone. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Emily.
I was going to say I missed it because I sneezed. What was the adjective?
You're all landlubbers.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Go on, Char. Sorry for interrupting.
That's okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Charlene Bear. I go by Char. My pronouns are she, they. And on Wednesdays on this lovely channel, I play Octavia Miller, the Tremere, whose pronouns are she, her.
Hi, I'm Casper. My pronouns are they, them. I'm okay. I play the gangrel Belgium Jerry, whose pronouns are fight me, or he, him.
Hello, my name is Emily Matchette. My pronouns are she, her, or any. And I play Imogen White, the Salubri, whose pronouns are she, her.
Hi, I'm Dare, pronouns she, they, they. I am, as always, playing Leon Cavallo, our resident he, they, they, who is, shockingly, just by my energy, a Toreador. You couldn't believe it. No way at all.
Not at all. We have a sponsor we'd love to thank this evening. Inspire to create a space that you can be proud of at Inspire to Create Shop, a small Canadian business supporting and sourcing their materials from other small Canadian businesses. They have everything to make your space as cool and nerdy as possible. They have cheeky and funny decals to personalize your walls and cars, and dishwasher safe mugs sporting your favorite class for when you come out of a long rest. Roll for initiative with Inspire to Create Dice Towers and get one for yourself using our code Tiddies by Night for a discount at Inspire, the number 2, Create Shop on Etsy.
We are also using Sirenscape to make our stream more atmospheric. You can use it as well at sirenscape.com. It is free, but you don't get all the bells and whistles unless you pay for it. Go ahead and do so if you want. Go use it. It's great. I love it.
Woo!
Really fell down the hill on that one.
Yeah. Oh boy. Don't worry though, because this next shout out's super cool. It's for the Nat 30s, which are a lovely group of human beings based out of Massachusetts that are in their all natural 30s. Or I think some of them are no longer that, but they're still doing it. So it's all good. This is an extra special shout out because Rachel is an honorary member, having it just been her birthday. She is now also a Nat 30. Check them out. They stream lots of different shows. They have some horror things. You can also participate in their campaigns. You can DM a show for them. That's the Nat 30s, twitch.tv/the Nat 30s. Is it me now? If you're watching on Twitch, you can also subscribe to us with your Amazon Prime sub. Make sure you connect your account. You get one free Twitch sub every month, which is super cool. If you do not have Amazon Prime, that's okay. You can support the show in other ways, including, if you want to, purchasing a sub for like $5. If you do have a subscription, then you get all the super cool emotes. I have been requested to make more, so we'll see what happens there. Next season, some new emotes for all our subscribers. It really supports us and the show, so thank you so much for everyone who does subscribe. We really appreciate it.
Heck yeah. Possible triggers for tonight: disregard for human life, trauma, and vampire stuff. If any of those things are not something that you want to hear, feel free to step away, come back later, or skip the episode entirely, and you can catch the previously on to catch up. Speaking of, previously on Tiddies by Night, the IOU, now regrouped with a plan, split off and made their way to the heart of the Loch Dirge. Team fight broke off into the cargo hold in search for Ephraim Wainwright as he hid in the darkness. Using a combination of bees and crates, they found him hidden on the ceiling above the Doulahan's coffin. Unfortunately, he had set traps for such an occasion. His own severed hand sprang on Jerry and convinced him to open the lid. Meanwhile, Team Look for the Harp broke into as many boxes as they could, looking for the Banshee's harp. They used the help from the ghosts to narrow it down, eventually revealing the harp to be inside the coffin itself. During a harrowing battle, the Doulahan was released, a menacing, shadowy figure, emerged headless and skeletal. It summoned a dark steed from the ground and set out searching for a new head. Leon dug through the grave dirt, found the harp, and immediately started playing, which caused them to slip into a trance. Octavia attempted to stab the horse, but was stopped by Ephraim, who got stabbed by the dagger instead and poured acidic blood onto Octavia's wrist. Imogen attempted to calm the spirit of the Doulahan, while Evelyn and Jerry brawled with him. All this while Anastasia was stuck in a frenzy somewhere in the cargo hold. Octavia had a premonition revealing her ejection from the chantry if Ephraim were to be killed. So the battle ended when he was put into torpor, and the Doulahan removed the head from one of the mortals on the ship. Imogen and Leon went to check on the remaining humans. Imogen attempted to erase the memories of what they had seen. She was able to erase too, but was frenzied on the final attempt, resulting in her devouring her first mortal, the priest they had bought here.
Honestly, I forgot how bad it went.
It was bad.
It was real bad.
I like pros and cons. Was there a pro?
We helped the Banshee.
Little
You
here, little
didn't eat
there.
all 3 of them.
So, some time has passed. The days have begun to grow cold, rain and snow trading off from day to day. In this time, since the case, the boat containing the Banshee has been secured by the Camarilla, who has returned it to Ireland. Ephraim Wainwright was brought to the Chantry, where he will be put under investigation. Canvey Island has seen better days. With the death of the priest and no remaining witnesses to say what happened, the town continued to assume the ship was cursed. Many people moved inland, leaving the town nearly abandoned. Netta remained at the Lobster Smack Inn in the hopes they could retain some morale. Glenn Cochran, the Coast Guard captain, worked with what he thought was a government official to facilitate the removal of the Loch Dirge. The representative was part of the Camarilla. The lighthouse keeper eventually returned to his post, now more weary of anything that approaches from the sea. The IOU claimed the Doulahan's body, bringing it back to the office to do further research. Jerry has also procured several crates of Guinness that have been secured in the office. Anastasia promised the IOU that she would doctor her report, both in favor of the IOU and to cover her own mistakes. Things have been slightly tense amongst the IOU. Evelyn has sort of secluded herself into a lot of her harpy business, and a lot of things have gone left unsaid since the events of the investigation. Everything has been, you've all been very busy making sure that everything is cleaned up, and haven't had a chance to settle. So, with everybody a little bit split up at the moment, we're going to go through and see what everyone would like to be doing in the surrounding time after this case. Starting with Octavia.
Ooh, I have quite the list, so feel free to stop me as we go.
We can, anything that can be, like, easily done, we'll just figure out what happens. But anything you want to,
Okay.
like, nail down into, let me know.
Yeah. Well, I still have a significant amount of willpower damage. So I would like to try and heal that up. And I was hoping, I think Imogen can help with that. Is that true?
She can, I believe. One of your... I think one of your...
Willpower damage? I don't.
Oh, I'm putting you on the spot because I'm wrong. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. Yeah. I can do that with Obea. Vampire rolls composure and aspects. Restores the number of superficial. Yep, I can do that.
Wait, it's superficial?
Or alternatively, the user restores 1 aggravated willpower damage level for every 3 successes in the margin.
Okay.
If successfully used on a mortal, it just calms them down.
I believe part of it is also you can just spend a full scene doing it, right?
Yes. If the vampire spends an entire scene, reduce the difficulty to 0.
All right. So I'll say that. How many willpower damage do you have currently?
I have 3 aggravated.
All right. So if Imogen would like to help, you two can essentially, for the course of 3 days, do what is more or less a daily therapy session.
Yay!
I love how Imogen is giving the therapy on this one. Not receiving it. Okay.
We'll get there, because that's going to have to happen at some point.
So we're going to actually zoom into that then on the first of the 3 sessions. Where are the two of you meeting to do this?
I'd like to be out. I was almost going to do that in an Irish accent. I'd like to be outside if we could.
Sure, that works for me.
Perhaps at the park?
Well, that sounds lovely. Yes, sure.
All right. And I'll head out with... Prophet will come with us, of course, on his lead. And once we find, like, a nice sort of, like, isolated-ish area outside, I'm quite embarrassed, honestly. It was... I mean, you were there. It was, well, and then you left, and it just got worse and worse, and everything compounded, and I just feel like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not being a true Tremere. I feel like I've just made a mess of our whole investigation.
Octavia, I ate someone. You're doing okay.
But, I mean, that couldn't be helped because you were doing everything you could to assist us. I was in my own head. I was going after my own motivations. I had to protect Prophet. I put everyone else in danger. You ate a human being. That's what we're supposed to do. You and I are the weird ones who only eat animals.
Well, explain to me what you think you should be doing then, because I don't really know then.
Well, I'm not supposed to really be friends with any of you. I'm supposed to stay isolated in the Chantry, focusing on my rituals, my research. When we first started the IOU, I would be researching almost everything we did. I guess I still do, but in a different capacity. I feel like I'm not bringing new learnings to the Chantry, to the other Tremere. I'm just doing case after case.
Well, with Jerry and Leon, we have more help, so if you want to be doing more research and things, you definitely can. It's the same way as Evelyn's taking more time at being the Harpy. You're allowed to do other things than just work on cases.
I just feel so responsible for everyone.
Well, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You don't need to feel that at all. If anyone, it should be Evelyn. She's the oldest.
That's true. I don't know even where I got that idea. I just... And what's the big deal? Why am I putting the Tremere on a pedestal? They're not even my friends. I mean, some of them are. Rita is.
They're kind of like your family, though, aren't they? And sometimes...
That's true.
like, your family kind of isn't the greatest, but they're still your family at the end of the day.
That's true. And I know that they are there for me if I really need them. I mean, I'm actually hoping that they can help me get some wards set up to protect us from that Doulahan and make amends with our ghosts that were trapped, and then we saved them, but we never really apologized or anything, and oh god, we have so much to do.
Well, that's okay. We've got lots of time.
We have
Now
forever.
We have lots of resources now with everything and more help, and you've got lots of time for anything you want to do.
I want to find my mom.
I think Imogen just like hugs her at that.
And as the scene ends and you return off to the IOU, you feel your willpower has come back. You feel a bit of less ennui from the beast. And over the next 2 days, you can meet up with Imogen again and relieve more of that bestial melancholy.
Thanks, friend.
You're welcome.
What else did you want to do, Octavia?
I would love to head to my workshop.
Alright.
From our last encounter, I noticed that Evelyn was feeling like she could have been using her talents better if she was able to see. So I'm gonna try and create, with some blood sorcery and any additional materials that I might need to get or gather, I want to create optional goggles or like lenses that can go into her plague mask that will like refract light the right way so that she can see in the dark.
Okay. Go ahead and give me we're gonna make this a couple rolls. So first will be the research stage. Give me either an intelligence and occult or intelligence and science, depending on how you want to go about making this.
Could I argue technology? I have a specialty in ghost gadget. Would this count as that? I guess it's not ghost related.
No. So so the first roll will be basically the research phase of like trying to figure out how you would go about doing this.
Yeah, I'll do a cult. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah! Oh, that's gone forever. Okay.
If it's a 10, it counts.
I rolled so bad. The other one wasn't a 10.
All right.
I'm gonna spend a regular willpower. Good thing I did all that therapy to re-roll some of these. That helped a little. So that's gonna be 5 successes.
And that was occult?
Yep.
All right. You learn of a way to almost like looking into the ether, but literally like absolving the surrounding area of shadows, especially using your knowledge of shadows. You figure a way to make tinted glass lenses that essentially remove shadows from the image that they see. So go ahead and give me a intelligence and technology to figure out how to incorporate that into a usable device.
Okie dokie. 4 successes.
All right. It's going to take you a while. You might not get the time to do one of the other things that you wanted to do if you push forward with it.
Okay, this is so sad because that means I'm not going to help the ghosts yet again. But
They're just sitting there in the Shadowlands, just tapping their feet.
Next week, for sure. Absolutely.
And finally, give me an intelligence and craft to not shatter the lenses when you try to put this into Evelyn's mask.
would I get a ghost gadget for that?
No.
Okay.
You can
The
also
dice
remember.
get lower and lower.
Remember, you can also pump your intelligence for this if you want.
That's true. Let's do
Rouse
that.
the blood.
6. Just made it. Worth it. 2 additional dice. I'm really rolling not good. I'm going to use another willpower.
Ooh.
It's worth it. I have to. Okay, 2 more. 6 successes.
Ooh, all right. I had levels of results, but 6 successes. Once you have all of the pieces together, you basically just like get back into the zone. You're reminded of building equipment for certain people, and even with the fine details, you manage to make something that's quite usable and has sort of like those like glasses that can like flip in, but they go to the side so they're not in the way. So Evelyn can basically like slide in lenses to remove the shadows from her vision.
Is there a chance that they will glow?
Do
This
you
was
want
a
them to
request
glow?
by Rachel.
You install some neon on the edges. Just
We're
They look like-
steampunk now.
they look like the underside of a drift car.
But no, like I would like the if I use a bit of my sort of like Tremere abilities as I'm focusing on crafting this, to give them sort of like a bestial glow of like a bit of yellow in them.
Sure.
Yay!
Part of your discover, you like find something that's perfect, and you're like, ugh, but it's not yellow, and then spend some more time finding one that's yellow. So yeah, it will now, when activated, will like glow and sort of like burn away the shadows, just for her vision.
Awesome. And then I would like to. I had 2 things. I wanted to make wards for the Doulahan to keep it trapped in the basement. That seems pretty critical.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other one was make amends with the IOU ghosts. I wanted to create specific wards that protect them. I'm wondering if you would let me spend a boon to do one of those.
Ooh.
I have 1 boon with Rita.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I think. Are you getting her to do the ghost one?
Yeah, I think we should keep the Doulahan one private. Or no, honestly, I think the opposite, because the ghosts one, I want it to be personal. So I want to definitely be working on that one. I trust Rita. She's not going to fuck anything up. I say blindly.
What level of
feeling
boon
that.
do you have with her?
It's a minor.
Give me a charisma and persuasion to convince Rita to not let anybody know that you have the Doulahan in your
Oh,
basement.
come on! She my BFF! Okay.
This is a hard thing to explain to someone who sent you to save the person that was bringing this back.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my 1 free reroll that I still have left over, so I have no
Ooh.
more of those.
From the chat.
Thank you so much, viewers.
Was it me?
Was it? Oh yeah,
was
you
me.
did another one. That's true. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I got 2 10s.
I think she's sort of in that mood where she doesn't want to know a lot. You tell her to set up wards and the kind of wards to set up. She may have seen what she was putting them around, but she's not asking any more questions. I'll also say that since you are who you are, you would remember to encircle the coffin with gold.
Gold
which
dust,
is,
yeah.
just a normal physical ward against the duel of hand.
Yeah.
So honestly, the wards are more to keep things out and make it harder for people to find this place. Because at the end of the day, the gold is going to prevent the duel of hand from pretty much doing anything.
Well, I would love if people can't search for him here, so that's good too.
All right. And for the ghosts, what were you were trying to bring them back, or just create wards so that they couldn't be harmed?
They are back from the spirit realm, but I haven't connected with them. So I'm hoping that I want to ensure that what happened to them before does not ever happen again. I want them to be protected while they're in our home, even though they're like in the afterlife in our vicinity.
Okay. Then I'll say that you've got enough information on how the spirit realm works now that setting that up won't be too difficult. So after some convincing to Rita and a bit of your own magic, you're able to sever a lot of the connections to the Shadowlands off from the office. So it's not specific to these ghosts. You're just making it harder to get to the Shadowlands in the IOU office. So if anything happens again that would maybe send them there, it would be very difficult to do so.
Okay.
But that also means that the IOU is not a good place to go to the Shadowlands.
Yeah. I think I locked Buddy in the closet. I've been hearing scratching noises. I just opened it. Hopefully he finds a way out.
Poor Buddy.
But that sounds good. And if we ever have to go to the Shadowlands, we just can't do it here.
Yeah.
I'll make a note of that.
Perfect. Anything else?
That's it for me.
All right. Leon.
You want to take 2 guesses on who I'm going to go check up on?
So for the week that you had returned from the investigation, Anastasia has basically had to report to the Camarilla and has been gone for a bit. Giving the report, hopefully in your favor, but you haven't had a chance to talk to her since returning to London. But I think easy enough after the few days are over, she would probably come to check on how things are going here. So one day in the IOU, Anastasia returns back in her non-enforcer outfit, more the like formal walking attire that's gotten a bit thicker now because it's winter, which really creates an imposing silhouette for this woman.
Yeah, it does. Anyway. Hey, Anastasia, how are you doing?
I mean, do you want the honest answer or, the polite small talk one?
When have I ever wanted you to be polite? Be yourself.
Well, aren't you invited a lady to come sit down?
Oh, absolutely. My apologies.
And sort of leads you to I imagine you have now just a much nicer seating area with several more seats and fainting couches.
Yes, there's one that is incredibly purple that my name isn't monogrammed in, only due to the fact I want to leave the illusion that other people can sit there, but it's fine.
I just imagine at some point in the future, Prince meets Leon, and that makes it the entire Prince aesthetic.
Who do you think is Prince's sire?
Canon. Fuck it.
Canon. Fuck it.
She sits down and sort of composes herself and says, well, as I promised, I left some of the details of what had transpired out of my report. I'm hoping that you haven't gotten any negative feedback from the Camarilla recently.
As far as I've noticed, which admittedly probably isn't as much as others have, no. I think things have been relatively, peaceful.
All right. Well, that's good, because, I mean, they weren't too happy that the ship wasn't, that there wasn't something more impressive on the ship. I told them about the Banshee and how Ephraim was probably just trying to use her for, I don't know, some weird Tremere death magic.
Yeah, I'm not quite certain what all of that was. Especially her harp. Still not quite sure what to make of. Someone's let me know what happened, right? I'd have to assume
that you were playing quietly and then came. Yes, most definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jerry would absolutely like, yo, mate, what the fuck were you doing?
Yeah, I haven't quite made heads or tails necessarily of that part, but I
mean, you
wasn't really.
You got to play like a fairy artifact. I mean, not many people get to say that.
True. The dreamlike stance and everything was a bit stranger, but I didn't want to talk about work necessarily. Mostly just wanted to check in on how you're doing.
Oh. Honestly, I've just sort of been in Camarilla mind recently, so I came in pretty hard and fast. I'm doing all right. I'm sort of embarrassed that everyone saw me at my worst, especially you. I wasn't too keen on almost killing your friend.
Speaking strictly for myself, I think I am maybe the least concerned.
Yeah, how do you do that?
In what regard?
I don't know. I always feel that, like, something bad happens or, like, something goes haywire and everyone around me is starting to freak out and I start to get freak out and then, you know, things sort of, something snaps. And it's always a big concern that things aren't going right, but it just kind of slips off you, and it's not intimidating. Endearing, I think, would be the impressive.
In my line of nearly everything I've ever done, it has been nothing but exorbitant amounts of luck that have gotten me through a sheer majority of it, I'll be quite honest. And I know that if I manage to keep a cool head, 9 times out of 10, things tend to go, if at not least my way, I at least manage to slip out of there okay. And that's the thing I do best.
Wow. Yeah, that's wow. That's a good insight into our reality. I mean, we are sort of lucky in the sense too that if anything, you know, were to happen to us, we can usually just bounce back. So
yeah. The other thing is I'm terrible at fighting, so I have gotten really good at, you know, talking or flirting my way out of most situations.
So you flirt a lot then?
I actually haven't in a while. Well, I've had one intended target for a while, but not a no.
It's that what was their name? Otho, right? That's the one you're thinking of? Sorry, we got a lot of information at the Camarilla. Or did you have someone else in mind? You know, if you were a little bit
Otho
more
is
human, I think
a
you'd be blushing.
dearest housemate of mine, who I do greatly appreciate their hospitality. But no, Otho's not who I had in mind at all.
You're funny. I like you.
Like you too. But I mostly wanted to, I guess, spend your ear and see if we wanted to go, I don't know, get some food.
I could eat. I haven't hunted in a while.
I meant at the feeding pit.
Come on. I thought you were
Fine.
the kind
One
that
your
you
way,
wanted-
one your way, one my way. I will let you hunt, and then I will show you the way that I do it as a social animal.
All right. We're gonna have a little fun tonight then.
Absolutely.
And you go off and hunt with Anastasia. As you're leaving, she kind of looks at you and says, by the way, you can call me Anne. Mary Ann's my real name. Anastasia's sort of a British name, I guess. I thought it would make me sound fancier.
Oh, well, it is lovely to make your acquaintance, Anne.
Yours as well.
I was just doing more of a formality thing. It's fine.
All right, let's go hunt. Is there anything else that you would like to do in the following days?
See, I just want to know more about her, because I still don't know the fun little secret about her. Do I?
I don't know.
I'm compromised. Was I ever told?
Did Octavia ever mention what she?
I would tell it to everyone for
Ooh.
sure.
So yes,
Okay. Oh,
you are
that's
aware
messy.
of the depths
Okay.
to Anne.
I think there is a part of me that wants to try to talk to her about this then. But I don't know how to do that in a way that isn't throw Octavia clear under the carriage.
Notice her fiery soul.
Oh, what fiery soul do you have?
Yeah.
Such a fiery personality.
I mean, I have a above the board question for you. So, as vampires work, technically they are able to engage in certain activities, so long as they rouse the blood, and use blush of life to essentially make their body temporarily more human. Over the amount of time that you've been with Anastasia or / Anne, is that something that the two of you would engage in?
Sure, why not?
Congratulations. So I think I definitely think that would come up. The way that Anne's powers work are still feel very vampiric in the sense of like the beast flaring up. So using blush of life is still drawing from that bestial power, but there is, for lack of a better word, something warmer about it. Something like much hotter than a normal vampiric power would be. And I think that would be a question of like, why does she burn so hot? Which you
Skin of a killer, Bella.
I might actually be smart and do some research.
All right. go ahead and give me, I'll say, an intelligence and occult. And if you wish to request the aid from anybody else in the coterie, it'll be up to them if they want to help you.
Who wants to help me?
What are you doing?
Intelligence and occult.
Researching the big lady.
I'm not
I'll
helpful. I'm not helpful, and I don't want to know about your activities.
Don't worry about that. That's not. Don't. I can talk around that.
I'm still mad at the big lady for kind of ditching us in the fight. You're on your own, buddy.
Oh, I'll help you. I'll help you for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
So both of you roll intelligence and occult, and you can add the results together. It is a very obscure thing to. You can't Google, why is my girlfriend so hot?
What can I?
What happens when you Google that? Why is
What do I use again to get more dice?
So if you roll a rouse check, you can add 2 to your intelligence.
Okay,
regardless
I'm
of whether or
going
not you
to roll
succeed.
a rouse.
The first thing to come up is why is
I
my
did not
girlfriend so
succeed that
annoying?
rouse.
Anyway.
You get 1 hunger, Leon, but you
That's
can
fine.
still add 2 to your intelligence. You get.
All right, I have 4 on my end.
Plus 4 from me.
Ooh.
So that's an 8.
So, during your studies and during the
In
research,
the bedroom.
yes, combining the 2 research
Studying her
fields.
body.
Gross.
Gross.
There's something wrong, but not everything is. She is, by the letter, a vampire. All of her powers, all of her, the way that when she takes damage, she can heal, all of that stuff. But Octavia has seen the depths of her soul, and it is basically hell. And late at night, digging through book after book in the IOU library, you and Octavia, Leon, you find an obscure, almost like medical journal on kindred. And it's very much written almost like a macabre sort of like what if scenario. And it talks about the potential of cross contamination of kindred blood. There's like it's almost like questioning like what would happen if fairy and vampire blood got mixed? What would happen if like a werewolf and vampire blood got mixed? Could you embrace them and create some sort of subspecies? What if a demon and a vampire got their blood mixed? What if somebody got possessed or possessed something and then embraced someone? Would that sort of demonic energy transfer into the childer when they got embraced? It's all very theoretical, but it does do a lot of research into how someone would go about descending into hell, claiming the power of a demon, getting possessed, and returning to create a child there.
Is there a name on this book? Who did this research?
It's just Dante. It's just fucking Dante.
It is Louis L. Cipher.
It's very much like similar in the way to Dracula. Like, why the fuck are humans writing this? But yeah, that's the closest you can get to any sort of explanation, is that potentially her sire was possessed when he embraced her.
Okay. Yeah, no, I have my next step is like having a very forward, honest conversation, and seeing like, I'm going to handle this the Leon way through talking and not fighting about it.
you also get all this information as well, Octavia, because you are there when Leon discovers it.
Yes, I'll let you continue that part of the conversation with her on your own.
I do appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know in the first place, but you all, do you all at least trust me to trust her?
I don't speak for everyone, but I do trust you, Leon. I think that affairs of the heart can cloud judgment, but I do trust you.
You are very fair to note that concern. I have been doing my best to still not falter in my ways as an investigator. But I do really like her.
I know.
Is it that obvious? It's fine.
Your whole aura has changed. You're simply glowing.
When
I'm
the
just
blind
out.
woman tells you you're glowing, that's when you know. It is very
That's how
obvious.
you know you love her.
Oh no.
We gotta write that musical episode, y'all.
But I think I'm good for now.
Okay, cool. So you want to confront her in a later episode?
I can today if we really want to make it messy. I'm fine. Let me throw
Why,
my.
why assume it's gonna be messy?
Have you met me? I don't know if that was Leon or Dare talking. I'll be real.
My question then is what you can create the setting as to when you have this conversation. At this point, you can invite her basically anywhere.
I have a room,
All right.
just like adults.
Casper and I are both like,
Whoa.
That was abrupt. Okay.
All right.
I have a room.
So in Leon's room, Anastasia's gotten quite comfortable being that like phase of like, oh no, I'm in someone else's room. I have to be on my best behavior has sort of like alleviated a bit and is just like lounging all over the place.
Bitch, I own this.
Yeah, no, I assume she's posted up. And I did have a question I would like to ask about, if that's okay and not too personal.
You know, you don't have to preface every conversation we have with permission to have the conversation, right, dear?
No, that makes sense. I always like to be certain. I get myself into trouble talking a lot. You know me.
I mean, if this is like potentially gonna spark the beast, maybe somewhere else. But
I don't think so. I don't think we'll do that. I guess my question was, how much do you remember of you becoming kindred?
Oh, I mean, clear as day, basically. Wasn't too long ago. Just had shore leave for a bit and managed to find someone who we had relations pretty quickly. They had a strange way about them, I suppose, which drew me in more about the kindred wise. And I had mentioned how I wasn't really too keen on getting back on the boat. I'd sort of gotten tired of seeing conflict, so went AWOL, hid with them a little bit, and the conversation came up of what if I didn't have to worry about, as I quote, petty human conflicts. It seemed, I mean, I was, pretty naive at the time, so that seemed pretty good to me. And he told me what he was, and seemed like a good enough idea for me. I imagine the actual act of it was pretty similar to you.
Sounds about not dissimilar stories, but what? I guess what was he?
Oh, it was a Bruja.
Sounds. I'm not asking this to sound petty, but are you still on speaking terms?
No, he's no longer here.
My condolences.
It was sort of my fault. He was a good teacher. He told me everything I need to know about Kindred. He told me about the clans and the things I gotta avoid showing. Taught me how to use my powers. Which came on pretty quickly, to be honest, and we got attacked, and I lost my head a bit. And when the fires subsided, he was dust.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky, aren't I? Despite everything that's happened and all the bad things that happened to me, I've ended up pretty good. That's what you told me, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you're here.
Me too. Anything
Yes,
else? That was pretty good.
It was a lot. I hope I didn't open any old wounds.
No, it's you kind of replay things over in your mind enough times that they just kind of become what is, I suppose.
But if you ever need to talk about anything, I always offer an open ear and an opportunity to sort of, I guess, talk about it to somebody else and just, I don't know, have that openness.
You have no idea how much I appreciate that. Having to be Camarilla most times of the night can get kind of draining.
How did that come about, actually?
You're just like someone who's strong, I guess.
No, that makes sense.
Kind of have to run away when you kill your sire, and London seemed like a far enough place to go.
It is a good place to run away from mistakes.
It's true. Are you gonna leave it at that?
Think so. Didn't get information, but I gained pathos.
And you gained a girlfriend.
I don't think she's bad, guys. Look,
You're dating. I put it in the notes. I said they're dating.
I think we're gonna go on break early, and then when we come back, we will see what Jerry and Imogen are up to.
Ooh.
So, see you in a bit, y'all.
You soon.
Good morrow, fine patron. Are you looking for music for your character, campaign, or Twitch stream? Does music move you like prune juice after a colonic? Well, here at OBP Musical, we write music from any genre, from fully orchestrated pieces like this, to video game auditory herpes like this. We have singers from Les Miserables and Disney for vocals like this.
The heroes of the North, with them we'll sally forth. The warrior knight, the maiden of Ed.
Have a bard that's written lyrics? We can write music for them. So, if you want music that rocks, come to us at OBP Musical and get your rocks off. That sounded weird. Music and songs from any genre, from opera to country, pop to thrash metal. We are jacks of all trades. OBP Musical, music for any occasion. Birthdays, weddings, having a bris. We've got you covered when others don't. Go to obpmusical.com for more info.
Hero Forge is a free-to-use online character design application. Create and share your unique designs using their in-depth character creator tools. Order customized tabletop miniatures that truly represent your characters. Whether you prefer to start from convenient presets or fine-tune your character feature by feature, Hero Forge makes it easy. Best of all, designing, saving, and sharing characters is completely free. Visit HeroForge.com to start designing your custom miniature today, and check back often. New content is added every week.
I've been working on my Steve cosplay, and I found the perfect piece to finish it off at the costume shop. They have wigs, costumes, contacts, and they even have a cosplay section on their website for people just like me. Head on over to thecostumeshop.com/REF tabletop titties to get started. That's TheCostumeShoppe.com, spelled ye old way. Make sure to use the code tabletop titties with double D's to get yourself $10 off at checkout. Maybe I should make a Imogen White cosplay next.
And we're back. Imogen, you've had a time recently.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We had discussed
Everything's great. Everything's fine.
in the Lobster Smack Inn, after using some of your abilities to affect the minds of humans, that you were starting to get this like bestial tinge of guilt and felt your humanity slipping a little bit. Mechanically, usually what happens is you add stains, and based on the stains you roll, and beating your stains or something. I don't know. I didn't read that part of the book. It was too complicated. What we're going to do is real quick, just either in character or out, tell me how Imogen is feeling. You can basically do like the inner monologue of Imogen post the investigation, post killing the priest after successfully erasing the minds of the other two, after everything that had happened on the ship, after that like guilt washing over in the inn, and just sort of like everything that's been happening to you in the last season, for lack of a better word.
I think I'm rather disappointed in myself that I have been manipulating people so much and maybe not using these powers for good things. I think that there can be good things that I could do with them, but I've been jumping to using them right away instead of just trying to be me first. And I'm relying on them a lot. Instead of trying to maybe remember what it was like to be human beforehand. And also worried that my aunt would be disappointed in me. Yeah.
If you had to explain to Father Paul Lantum why you think you should be forgiven for the things that you've done, what would Imogen say?
Oh, I don't think she thinks that she should be forgiven yet.
So, if Imogen doesn't think that she should be forgiven, is she going to make an effort to hold fast to her humanity?
Oh, absolutely. But that Catholic guilt be holding on, Kelly. That Catholic guilt does not give up easily.
All right.
Also just regular guilt of, like, being a fucking murderer now.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if you take the Catholic label off of it, it's still real bad.
I'm going to say then, based on what you've done and how you feel about it, I am going to just make it a straight... Okay, wait. What is your humanity right now?
8.
Give me a willpower.
Like my willpower from the last session, or am I okay to go back up to full because I just had superficial?
Full. And how much willpower do you have in total?
6.
I'm going to say that you need to... I'm trying to decide how cruel I want to be. I think that Imogen knows that she needs to change. I think that's the defining thing, is that Imogen realizes that she's been using her powers flippantly, and does want to change. So I'm going to be a bit nice and say that you have to at least hit 5 on your willpower.
5 out of 6?
I was gonna make it that you have to match your humanity, which would mean that you would have to crit. But this will
critting
be
is also a thing. Yeah.
This will be a test because it is hard to hold on to your humanity as a vampire, and
I forgot that critting was a thing. So now that I remember that critting is a thing, that's a little bit nicer. But
Tough roll.
I'm so scared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes, and they're all 8s. There's 1 10, 1 5, and 4 8s. What does this mean?
it means that given everything that has happened and the direction that Imogen wants to go in, you have been given a second chance to maintain what humanity you have. And with that, the beast reminds you that as a Salubri, your goal should be retaining and replenishing your humanity to eventually one day find a way to become mortal again. And
She wants that for sure.
that is something that your aunt would want for you as well. Now we're going to go to a shopping scene. As
Light
I believe
and breezy.
the next thing you wanted to do was hang out with Jerry, right?
Yeah, Jerry needs a new hat. We're gonna go buy Jerry a new hat.
I
I have a question. No, wait, it's fall. It's going to get late earlier in the day, so finding a place that's still open.
Shiver.
Do you have a favorite haberdasher in town, Jerry?
What in the blue
The
place
name
is a
of
haberdasher?
Fancy hat store?
Yeah, that's just a hat store.
I didn't know that.
It's a haberdasher.
I did know this. I just need the world to know.
I
You would.
right. No. Last time I got me hat, I won it in a fight. So.
Have you ever actually bought a hat then, or have you just won?
No,
hats?
not really.
So this is very special then.
Right, yeah. It'd be my first hat. Oh, my first hat. Well,
First honest hat.
That was an honest
it would be
fight.
honest, but your first hat that you're. I don't know. Anyway, let's go find you a hat.
Right, yeah.
You guys are in downtown London, so it's easy enough to find. There are places that have started closing as it is getting late, but easy enough. Not me trying to think of a haberdashery name.
I don't know.
Let's call it the Gentleman's Haberdashery. That's fine.
Right, this place looks fancy.
You can see in the facade of the place, there's all sorts of hats, wide-brimmed hats, flowery hats. There's like leather hats. There's bowler hats. There's messenger hats. All the fashions of hats that you could ever want. And as you open the door, you hear the ding 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 of the top, and you hear, "I'm sorry, we're closing soon."
It's all right.
I
I just want a hat.
All right, fine. It's not for both of you, is it?
No, don't worry about me. It's all right. We're just
You
looking
sure?
for.
I could pay for your hat.
I'll buy me a hat. Really?
Yeah.
Imogen gets ungodly excited. Like,
Right, yeah. So,
Stupid
a bonnet
excited
for the
about
lass and a hat for me, sir.
What kind of hat? Do you have a style in mind?
well, how long until you close?
Yeah, that don't matter.
Well, it doesn't. It matters. It does matter how long until they close because that requires how much time we have to try things on.
Yeah, well, we're spending good money, so we stay up long enough, right?
That sort of like piques the owner up a little bit. Plus, the moment that you start talking, Imogen, the like demeanor of this man sort of like softens a little bit from your angelic presence. And even though someone has walked into their shop shirtless with just a vest, there's
Dirty vest, too. It is a disgusting vest. He has not changed it.
they're
Jerry,
still
maybe you should
inclined.
buy
to
you a
help.
vest next.
Yeah,
Full makeover for Jerry.
Well, right now, my head's a little cold, so,
Do you need? We have some wonderful winter hats, as it is going to become cold soon. Or are you looking
Right,
for
so-
something more interior?
hang on. I think I found one.
Oh, no.
Yes, the baseball cap out of the New World, right?
Well, Jerry, I don't like it. I don't like that one.
Yeah, it doesn't fit me. No.
No.
Right.
Quite literally, it's a bit. So please don't stretch them. Thank you. Back up.
It's got a green screen on the bottom of it.
Does
Sorry.
that say demons on it? I don't know why I
Yes,
have
it
that.
does.
Casper, look up just a little bit so that we can see the
The green.
How about
no.
a flat brim? Right?
No.
Yeah, maybe.
We have
No.
we have a top hat with like we have ones with feathers in them.
Nah.
Oh no.
Oh! This one's soft.
It's a bit it's a bit out of fashion. That was more 10 years ago. It's a bit dusty, as you can see, and sort of like wipes some dust off of it.
Well, I think it looks absolutely handsome.
I suppose if
Thank you, Emmy.
the customer is always right when it comes to fashion. And for you, young lady, would you like something We have large velvet hats with flowers on them. Something a little bit more small and slim, perhaps. What is your?
Jerry, you pick.
Right. See, if I was Emmy. What's your favorite color, love?
Green.
Right. Okay. So I pick out like this big, like Baptist woman church hat. That's like an emerald green.
Just like giant puffs on it, like way too big.
Well, no,
everyone.
it's the size of a Baptist lady's church hat. It's like satin and really shiny and just emerald green, and it looks like you can fly away in it.
Oh, good. I love it. Anything that will hide my third eye is perfect.
Did you want me to take off the?
No, it's fine.
All right.
Don't worry about that.
Just kind of like it will. Would you like me to size them for you? That hat is quite small on you, sir, and this one will need to be brought down a bit.
Oi, you touch this hat, we're gonna have a problem, mate.
All right. And for the young miss.
Oh, it's lovely just the way it is.
All right.
Full on sporting Lady Dimitrescu size hat right now. Just an emerald green.
The disregard for proper fashion is just killing this person. All right. I shall ring you up then. Now, something we haven't really talked about is money, and in this story, I kind of hand wave specific monies because I don't want to do conversion rates, and vampires mostly care about boons. But the IOU has been bringing in a lot of human business, and the coffers have gotten not insignificant. And this is really the first time that any of you have gone out to just fucking buy something, and you realize that, like, this is barely a dent. Like, this is a very expensive haberdashery, and you've gotten a cheap hat and a very expensive hat, and the cut into the coffers is almost unnoticeable. As you pay in this. All right. Thank you. Come by anytime. Recommend your friends.
Of course.
And
What?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Thompson.
Right.
It's lovely to meet you, Thompson.
Tommy boy.
Thompson.
Wait, you prefer Tommy or Reggie?
If you keep buying things, whichever.
Right,
The moon.
Reggie. Do you have to be a gentleman to partake in these, or could just be a bloke off the street?
Technically, it's family business. I believe the gentleman is referring to the owner. But
Oh, so you're a gentleman then?
yes, I am.
Right.
What do you mean?
I'm debating on whether or not to eat the rich, so just like give me a sec.
Oh
And
my god!
And the haberdashery was never opened again.
And the IOU suddenly owns so many hats.
It's Christmas, coming back with an armful of hats.
Right, yeah.
Looks. Anything else?
Not right now.
All right.
Yeah,
As I said,
we're a bit
recommend your
full,
friends.
so we're good.
What?
Well, thank you so much. Goodbye. I'm like, we need to get Jerry out of here now.
The moment that you leave, you see the and kind of just lock up and start closing. The streets right now are sort of rainy. It's like London fall, so it's gray and rainy most of the time. But you've got hats now, so it's fine.
Right. Aren't you
Imogen
glad I got you
shivers.
that hat then?
Shivers. Jerry, you have to remember to shiver because it's cold outside.
Nah, I'm a big bloke. It's fine.
But, Jerry, humans would shiver because it's cold and you're not wearing a shirt.
Yeah, but I'm covered in muscle. Muscle insulate, right? Is
But
that
your
how it works?
skin would still be cold if you were a human, Jerry.
Yeah. Anybody who's gonna
Just-
say anything,
just-
I can.
Jerry's being a menace in our chat. you have to share that with the class.
I didn't think that one would be such a killer. I'll be
Yeah, they call me Belgium cargo shorts and winter Jerry. But just to make Imogen feel better, Jerry shakes, but like a shaggy dog. He doesn't know how to
That's
shiver.
not-
So
that's-
it's just. Is that right? Is it?
No. It's fine. It's fine, I guess.
Well, how are you feeling about that hat? You feeling better?
Well, it's lovely, yes, thank you so much. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, all right.
Do you remember when the whole Tanita situation happened and you maybe did something that you didn't want to do by accident?
Right, yeah. There's a lot of that, but it didn't have to specifically be Tanita. But yeah, I remember that.
And I offered to do the thing where I could make you forget and you said no. Why did you say that?
Oh, it'd be disrespectful. You got to remember the people that fell in battle, specifically, yeah. Especially your comrades. They fell for a good cause, or just a terrible mistake. And yeah, if you don't remember them, then you might make it again. So, do your best to remember, love. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt like a dickens. But yeah, you fought through it. And you lean on your friends. They help.
Why don't you wear a shirt, Jerry? Ever?
I always tend to rip them whenever I stretch, so it's easier this way.
Imogen is clocking on the back of her head, making a to-do list to investigate stretchy fabric. I know that you still remember, and it's all and you lean on your friends. And is there anything specific that I could do to help, though? 'Cause I feel really bad, you know.
Are you talking about me, or are you talking about your own thing, love?
My own thing.
Right. Well, if I were you, you just treat it like the first time. You know, you always remember your first. Wait. Have you eaten a bloke before?
She shakes her head.
Right. So. Yeah, if you would like to talk about it, we could do that on our way back, yeah. How you feeling about it?
Not great.
Yeah. No.
Cause I don't really do that.
Right.
I don't know, you do, so maybe I don't know.
Well, for me, I don't have any compulsion to get it. against it. But yeah, no, for you, you're a sweet little thing, ain't you? So, ooh, your first one was a priest too. I'm sorry, love. That must be hard. Right, so it wasn't really your fault. It was a beast that what took over. So you can't put that on yourself. Being what we are, we have needs. We have instincts, and sometimes they take over. Can't feel guilty about that, love. Dogs don't feel guilty about their fleas. We can't feel guilty about what we eat.
I think it's because I was trying to do the forgetting thing, and it just didn't work the last time. So I'm thinking maybe I don't rely so much on those abilities.
Well, if that's what you feel you gotta do, you were trying to do a good thing. No one needs to remember that. Seeing their mate get their head chopped. It's not pretty for anyone. And, well, think of it this way, love. You helped 2 people. Unfortunate you couldn't help all 3. But you can't save everyone. Not all the time. So, you did your best.
And she just gives him a big hug.
Right, yeah. He'll hug her back. Very, very gently.
Ow.
Not trying to break Imogen here.
With that, Jerry, did you have anything in particular that you wanted to do?
Well, I got my new hat.
That's it?
Much to the chagrin of the shop owner. So yeah, I'm alright. Yeah.
I have a question then. You gonna fight? Hey.
Oh yeah.
Hey Jerry.
I'm gonna find me a fight. Yeah.
You gonna fight?
Are you gonna fight?
Is this an episode of Vampire the Masquerade? Of course I'm gonna find a fight.
All right. What flavor of fight are you looking for?
Good tussle. I got some new toys I want to play with. So yeah, I'll just find a rowdy gang of ne'er-do-wells and beat up a couple folks.
All right. Are you looking for human ne'er-do-wells or kindred ne'er-do-wells?
Whatever comes first.
All right. Give me a whatevs.
Christ.
Little column A, little column B.
Give me the classic wits and awareness.
Let go. You think I'd know this number by now? Yeah, you know what? Zip it.
Everyone's throwing shade in our private chat that the stream chat
Be
cannot
fair.
see.
Everyone implies that it's not just me being a menace.
It's just Dare, everybody.
I'm
Just
sorry.
Dare.
Every
Every
Dare's
time
being
I
a
look
menace.
down.
Yeah, that's correct. 1 success.
Damn.
I am not an aware person.
I mean, it's been slim pickings. The weather's getting cold enough that even the burliest human isn't really wanting to go outside that much. They do their job and then go home and hang out with everyone else in a warm room. But you spot something one night as you're wandering around. The snow is slightly falling, and it's like automatically turning into sort of that like gross mush on the ground. And you see, sort of darting through the streets, someone tall, thin, in a leather duster, but you notice their tricorder hat. And something flashes in your memory. When you had a visitor, an old Varney visitor, that this outfit looks familiar.
Right then. Well, as my pop always said, if you ever spot a pirate, follow it.
And as you follow, it's easy enough to keep up because their footprints leave large, mushy prints in the snow. And you get the impression that they hear you. And you see them start, like, darting between back alleys. And as you follow, sort of keeping pace, like Jason in Friday the 13th, you spot an empty alley with a dead end. But you see a cellar door.
Right. I'm gonna knock on the cellar door to be polite.
As you do, give me a Dex and Athletics.
Of course.
Check for traps!
So is it winter?
It's
Quick
fall.
question.
It's small. It's late fall. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay, that's real.
Am I any kind of drunk right now?
It's up to you. Do you?
Yes. If we've got Guinness back at the IOU, absolutely. I
I
am
need
drunk
to
right now.
reiterate. Have you started feeding the liquor to rats and eating the rat blood?
The rats have been getting into the liquor because I have not been protecting it.
Okay, because Varney came in and taught you a valuable life
Accidentally
lesson.
drunk Imogen drinking blood rat.
All right, Amy. Jerry is very proud of you. Yeah,
Done eats rats.
I am Drunky McDrunkerson. So give me one and hiya. 4 successes.
As you knock on the door, a shotgun blast breaks through the door, hitting the lock. But you manage to not get hit by any of the buckshot. But as like some of them stick into your chest, but not enough to do damage.
Can I activate toughness?
Yes, you can.
Or toughness, resilience, whatever else gives me iron body.
Yes, you may. And you hear from inside the cellar, shit, 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 shit.
Bro, that was rude. And I barrel through the door.
You just break through the door and you see like backing up quickly at the base of the steps, in what appears to be a converted wine cellar into some sort of possibly Inquisition meeting space, is this single man who is like backing up against the door. Fuck, no.
You ruined a perfectly good wine cellar for this rubbish.
And he like starts reloading his shotgun.
Yeah, I'm a take his shotgun and I'm gonna smack him upside the head with it. That's a lie, because that would be melee and not fight. I remember this. I'm gonna take his shotgun, throw it across the room, and I punch him in the face.
As you just grab it like mid-reload and chuck it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make you roll. But as you smash his face and his head cracks up against the wall, you hear a voice. This one looks like it'll be pretty good. Let me get in there, all right?
Right. Alright, mate. I poked the guy. I was like, do you hear that?
Tooth falling out. Ignore him. We had a deal, Jerry. Let me get in this one.
Alright. Hands off.
And as you do, and you back up, you stumble back and realize that you're stepping in grass. And looking ahead, you see this man, like, stumble back. And from behind you, the handsome-looking man that you remember from your memory walks forward and, like, grabs the guy's hand and just sort of, like, walks away into the surrounding forest of Oktoberfest. And you look to your right, and you see the crowd forming around the tent. It's gotten a bit late. The orange hue of the sun is filling the air. And you see all of the men who had been inviting you to the tent. And the small, timid soldier that was following you like a fish clinging to a shark looks up and says, "You're right there, Jerry. You don't look so good."
Yeah, right. No, I'm fine. Need that brew. That would be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, you're a pretty big guy, and I don't really know if I want to fight you, but she says that whoever wins, well, you know.
Right, yeah, worth it.
All right, let's go then.
All right, mate. Give you a best shot.
No. We gotta go in, meet her first.
There's always preamble to a good fight. Right, yeah, let's go.
And you walk towards the tent that you remember. Pushing through the crowd, you get inside, and you see that almost like maker's shop, the nicely made chairs and embroidered rugs sort of forming a circle around the center of this tent. And at the far end, you see the throne, the makeshift throne built in that same sort of like cloudy memory silhouette of a humanoid in front of you. You know, you could probably figure out what she looks like.
Yeah, if I walk up to her and say hello.
No, Jerry. That's not what you did. Think. What did she look like?
A bit of beer. Good. Did not have blonde hair. That was the waitress. Redhead was the other waitress. Shoot. That was another waitress.
Come on, Jerry.
Leon
was trying to help you with this.
She's got brown hair.
All right.
Angular face.
Good.
Pouty lips. Right. Tall. She was tall.
She was.
Yeah. Slim though. Skinny little thing. Need more meat. But pretty. Very pretty. Right. Brown eyes. She had dark brown eyes.
And as you say that, the cloud dissipates. And you remember her sitting up on that throne, just as you just described. Good. Should we keep going then?
Right. Yeah, before we go any further, mate, who are you?
Does that matter? I thought this is what you wanted.
Well, it is, but I'd like to know who's helping me out. Who I might owe in the future. If the time
you've
does
paid
come.
already, Jerry.
Clear
Just as
tab then.
Marianne has.
Wait. Who the fuck is Marianne?
And as you say that, the figure at the end of the room begins speaking. She's sort of leaning up against the chair, almost like a Conan pose. It says, "Welcome, everyone, to the real main attraction. The revelry an entertainment that brought you to Oktoberfest, I don't fault you for indulging in it. I myself would. For what is the point of life if not to fill it with as much fun as you can before you die? But in the end, the things you are fed out there are fleeting, hollow, gone before you've left the grounds. I wish to offer you something more lasting. A piece of myself. Is that not why you were all here? And you hear like hooting and hollering of excitement around you. And she pauses. And you hear the voice again. That's not what you were here for, was it, Jerry?
Oh no, mate. That sounds like a pretty good deal.
It does. But that's not why you were here, Jerry.
No, yeah, you were right. No, I was here for... What was I here for?
Think.
A good
Jerry.
fight, really? Yeah.
No. That's not it. Why were you here, Jerry?
It wasn't for a woman or a good fight. I don't know why I was here, mate.
You gotta do better than that. I can only help you so far as you help yourself. Why were you really here, Jerry? Of all the places, why come here? Could have gotten a drink, could have fought some random person in the festival. Why did you come here?
I was looking for something.
Good. What were you looking for?
Looking for someone. Was I looking for her?
I don't know. Were you?
Mate, I'm not good with puzzles.
This isn't a puzzle, Jerry. This is... Think of where you came from before you came here, Jerry. All the things that you had seen, all the things you'd done. You didn't come to Oktoberfest to drink and play games and have entertainment. You came here for a reason, and when someone came up to you and said that there was a lady in a tent and all the strongest people were gonna come fight for her, what were you expecting to find in here?
One last fight.
Yeah, that's it. One last fight. And as you say that, she continues talking. You show me something worth my time, and I'll give you something that you'll remember for the rest of your life. But something's wrong, Jerry. The crowd cheers and hoots and hollers, but go silent for a moment. Sort of shove up against you. And you hear another voice. You stink of a demon! The guru will not allow the worm to spread to more humans. I'll send you back to the Shadowlands where you belong. And as you look to where the voice is coming from, you see a circle forming around one man. His shirt is ripping, and his face is growing long. You see fur begin to grow in through the tears in his clothes, and he grows to be 8 feet tall. And you're filled with an unbearable fear. Deep down in your heart, and you go into a frenzy. And you push back out of your body, and you stand next to the handsome gentleman who's been talking to you, watching the scene. And you realize this is the moment that your memory left you. Staring at this werewolf, its supernatural presence shatters your mind and made you block the image. And you now watch from the sidelines as you and the others begin to fight. The werewolf making its way towards the throne, and the woman grabs some of the surrounding people, pushes them in front of her. As they tumble towards the werewolf, you see her change into a wolf herself. Chaos fills the tent. As the brawl continues, you watch yourself blindly fighting as you are pulled and punched. The only part of this memory that you retained, the fight. Almost as soon as it starts, it's over. You see yourself breathing deeply, bleeding profusely, standing over several unconscious combatants. You see the werewolf is battered and shredded. The vampire managed to get a few deep wounds in, but she now lies on the ground, seemingly dead. As the werewolf weakly lifts a claw to rake the motionless body of the vampire, you watch as you run at it, and you grab at its head. You try to slam it down and break its neck, but even in its injured state, you are no match. You're just a human. It grabs you by the chest and slams you hard into the dirt, and you hear your ribs break. It slashes your chest, and blood splatters on the dirt next to you. Just then, the vampire lunges and stabs a broken chair leg through the werewolf's head, killing it. She pulls herself towards you, leaning over your body. You must have impressed her, Jerry. This was the last fight. Well, the last in your human state. Is that what you wanted?
Well, that's it. If you go by the letter, I did get exactly what I wanted now, didn't I?
That you did. Jerry, you were no more. And as he says that, she lunges forward and begins feeding on you, draining you of your blood. And as she pulls up over your lifeless body, covered in blood, looking at all of the combatants around you, she thinks for a moment, takes a bit of her own blood, and gives it to you. And you see your body begin to twitch as you feed off of her blood and become a vampire yourself. And we pull back. The busted face of the Inquisitor under your fist. Still breathing and still alive, but you see something changed in his eyes. You remember, Jerry. You remember now how you were embraced. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
What the heck? Holy bejesus.
Of course I tried fighting a werewolf as a human. That tracks. That's 10 out of 10.
Thank you for joining us. Your viewership means so much to us. Thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed spending time with us and all of this chaos and Jerry's backstory. If you did enjoy yourselves and want to support the show, the best way to do so is by heading over to patreon.com/tabletoptitties. When you become a patron, you get access to a multitude of behind-the-scenes snippets, polls that affect the games that you see here, bonus episodes, and more. We also have a merch store. If you saw this show tonight and thought to yourself, you know, I could really use some Tiddies merch, you know? I could use some awesome tank tops that showcase Jerry's mustache and fangs. Then head over to our merch store, which is tabletoptitties.threadless.com. We also have our Pride collection on sale there, where all of the proceeds go to support Community, a local organization that works to improve queer, trans, and two-spirit lives. Speaking of supporting the Tabletop Tiddies, our Indiegogo shout out for this evening goes to Patrick Parker. Thank you so much for supporting us on our Indiegogo campaign. Because of you, we have an additional 5 episodes for both shows. That's 10 whole episodes of content, which is fan-freaking-tastic. We are so grateful. And last but not least, make sure to follow us on social media at Tabletop Tiddies. And if you tweet using the hashtag TTTiddies, you just might get an NPC named after you. You can find all of this info on our website, www.tabletoptiddies.com. I think I put an extra W in there. Don't do that. And remember, when we say titties, it is with double Ds.
Yeah. Stick around. I'm going to find someone to raid. Yeah, show some love. Bye.
Bye, everybody.